Hey everybody, welcome to another awesome episode of
The Unbox Boys!
I don't know what that was.
I'm Dave, along with my son Elias.
Hello.
So, you only want to get one Marvel Legends Star-Lord. Which one do you get? We'll show you both of them next. Okay, so you're not one of those kind of collectors who has to have every version of every figure that ever comes out. You're selective. You maybe want one Star-Lord. Which one do you get? Well, I know as far as Marvel Legends goes, I know there's other Star-Lords from other companies and other versions of it. But as far as the Marvel Legends, Guardians of the Galaxy film versions of Star-Lord, we've got these two so far. This one, which is the one that came out first from the Groot Build-A-Figure wave. We've got Groot's arm here to kind of show you that. This is the older one. Then more recently, we've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord, which even though it's part of the Marvel's Titus Build-A-Figure wave, he comes with no Build-A-Figure piece for Titus. So which one do you get? Which one do you like more? Obviously, they're from different films, so I guess if you're okay with having one from each film, then that's fine. But if you can only pick one, let's do a quick comparison here. Let's look at the box. For the older version, you've got where it says Groot there, because that's the Groot Build-A-Figure. You see inside he's got a second head option there. Lots of little fun things. Headphones. And, of course, the Groot Build-A-Figure there.
Is that the VCR player? Or, sorry, VCR. Oh, my word.
Is that his little Walkman? We'll have to open that up and see.
Walkman.
And then that piece there that...
the orb thing.
Yeah, that had the thing.
Yeah. The
side of the box. Back of the box, if you want to read up on this version of Star-Lord, you can pause that now. There's the Build-A-Figure for Groot, the figures that you need to collect for that. Bottom of the box, not much to talk about. Then, the newer version, we've got a slightly torn box. But this one's got the Guardians of the Galaxy logo up on top. Build-A-Figure for Marvel's Titus. Inside, you see he does come with a second head as well, but not as much stuff. Pretty much just his guns. This is from Volume 2 there. Side of the box, kind of a cool picture. Same on both sides. And then on the back of the box, if you want to pause that and read the details on this version of Star-Lord, you can do that right there. The figures that you need for the Marvel's Titus Build-A-Figure, and then nothing much on the bottom. Let's open them up and check out the slap.
What were you talking about?
Okay, so this is the older version with the Groot Build-A-Figure on the left here. This is the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 version here on the right. As you can see, the first version comes with lots more stuff, including the alternate head here, the headphones. He's got his little Walkman thing here. He's got the two guns here again, but he's also got the orb and this piece, which actually came with the Rocket Raccoon figure from this Groot Build-A-Figure set. Rocket was small, so they were able to cram another thing in for him. This kind of attaches onto his chest if you take this little piece off here. This one, you've just got the alternate head, and you've got the blasters, and that's it. Nothing else. So if you like a lot of accessories, you might want to opt for the first one.
I bet you could probably use all these accessories for that guy, though, too.
I suppose. Yeah, but then again, if the question is which one do you get, if you're just picking one, this will help you decide. If you're picking both, I think some of these pieces may be interchangeable. This one, he's got the more of a trench coat, which looks kind of cool. This one's almost more of a Michael Jackson Thriller kind of jacket going on here, which is kind of cool. So let's take a look at the individual slap, which is the sculpt, likeness, articulation, and paint for each one. Kind of help you make a better decision. Okay, so first the sculpt for the Groot Build-A-Figure version. Of course, we've got this weapon that came with the Rocket Raccoon figure, which attaches to his to Star-Lord's chest with this plate here.
We'll show that once we
we'll show you that in a bit. It doesn't really move. It looks like it's got hinges and things in here, but they don't they don't move, and this doesn't extend or anything. So it is what it is. But as far as the sculpt, it looks really cool. So we like that. Then we've got the blasters here. which look really similar to the ones that the other one, the newer version, has as well. Maybe the paint apps are a little bit different, but seems to be sculpted well. You've got the orb, which is just kind of a, well, it's an orb.
Yeah.
Almost looks like a wadded up piece of aluminum there, aluminum foil there. Then you've got this other head, stay orb, here, which get that in focus. There we go.
Doesn't
the paint
really look like him.
Yeah, and we'll get to the likeness here in a second.
Yeah.
So the beard is kind of painted on. It's not really sculpted on. The hair looks good, though. He's kind of got a boy band thing going on there as far as the sculpt. Looks pretty good. And then the figure itself. Okay. We've got his little Walkman there, which appears to be wireless.
Yeah.
You've got the headphones there, which are sculpted nicely. I think the face mask looks good. The hair on there looks good as well. I think this jacket I really kind of like. I would buy that jacket. I would probably never. It's one of those things I'd probably buy and never wear, but I would buy it anyway. It looks kind of cool. Because there's not a lot of occasion to wear a jacket like this, other than it's cool. But I even really like some of this. Just the gaps and things they've got in there. It's just really done nicely. I think the detail up here. His kind of satchel up here, and details in the back. Just sculpted really nicely. Then he's even got his little kind of rocket packs there by the feet. Just really done well, I think, as far as the sculpt goes. Lots of detail there, and the wrinkles. So for this one, we'll give him a full point.
Full point.
Then on to the likeness for this one. When it comes to an actor playing a character, we kind of look at, okay, does it look like the character, and does it look like the actor? Does this one look like the character? Yeah, looks like Star-Lord. Does it look like Chris
the mask
Pratt?
Almost doesn't, though.
You don't think so?
I guess you could kind of see, but I think the other one resembles him
The
better.
newer one?
Yeah, the
All
newer
right,
one.
we'll take a look at that.
But the face, definitely not.
This, yeah, as far as the head here, does that look like Chris Pratt? I suppose it looks more like Chris Pratt than Rocket Raccoon, but I don't think it looks really like the actor very much. So as far as likeness, we'll give that a half point.
Half point.
Articulation for this version of Star-Lord. Oops, lost his headphones. By the way, just another side note here. The headphones really don't fit on this head very well.
Well, they go over. They just don't reach both of the ears at the same time.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you see that?
It goes above them.
Yeah. Who listens to headphones anyway? I say nobody. So that's kind of a fail there. But, okay, so articulation. The head goes side to side. Pretty good up and down, actually. At least, yeah, and he looks up pretty good, so that's good. He's got the shoulder turn and rocker there, upper bicep, double jointed elbow, and the hand goes up and down, waves bye-bye, and also twists around. Let's see, this one, that's an up and down as well. He's got the ab crunch there, which is just kind of a waste when you have this jacket on, because you can't really, you can kind of bend him forward, but you almost have to like bend him at the bottom in there. But it does have it, I suppose, so we'll give him points for that. Twist at the waist there, legs again with the jacket on. Maybe he could do the splits a little more, but not really with the jacket on. He's got a pretty good front kick going there, but again with the jacket you can't really go back too much. There is an upper thigh pivot, double jointed knee, which is a little tight right now. No boot cut, and he's got the typical Marvel rocker and swivel there on the feet. Pretty good articulation, I'd say. The jacket hinders a lot of it, but you'll get it in poses that you want to. For this one, say articulation full point.
Full point.
Then for the paint on this one, I'd say it looks pretty good. I mean, not a lot of highlights in the hair, but I think the jacket really is where this thing shines, because everything else is fairly plain looking. Just solid color paint. with a few nice touches there. But the jacket really is where this one shines as far as the paint, with a nice wash over it.
It looks like leather.
Yeah, I mean it's clean. The details here on the mask look really good too. As far as the weapons and other things go, I say that paint is real clean too. Nice little spot of gold on there, which is good. This one, although it doesn't look really like Chris Pratt, the eyes are at least facing the same direction. They did a good job there. And the paint on the beard. So for paint, we'll give this one a full point.
Full point.
So this version of Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy, the first film, gets a 3.5 out of 4 for the slap scale. And there's Star-Lord with that bonus blaster, machine gun, I don't know what you call it, but you see how it, if you take that kind of satchel carrying case he had off, then you can put this kind of under his jacket, and it just fits right on there rather nicely. And it's got handles on the side there for him to grab onto for the big boom boom. Okay, so so that also comes with that version of Star-Lord. Now on to the slap for the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 Star-Lord. A lot less to look at. First, the sculpt. We have the helmet here. Why don't you bring that other one up to hold it side by side there, bud. Oh, he fell over. So a little more paint and stuff going on with this one. I don't know if this is just an upgrade for him in the new film. We'll have to see, since we haven't seen the film yet. But
I'm pretty sure this is how it's supposed to be. This one is.
Okay.
And this one they just kind of, I don't know, they like
didn't put as much
paint it
effort
all
into
black.
It could be. Not sure. We'll have to see. Because obviously his clothes and some other things have changed between films a little bit. So as far as how it's sculpted, though, some really nice detail in there with the grill on the front. Hair looks good. Nice detail on the back there as well. Then for the figure itself, you've got some nice detail on the jackets. A nice feature on this one that the other one didn't seem to have were these little pegs on the side for the guns, where the guns can attach. However, if you move him at all, they pop right off. So unless he's standing pretty much straight-legged and not moving, then the guns will pop off. But at least they thought of that. So that's kind of nice. You got the head sculpt here. Lots of really good detail on the face. The beard is actually sculpted in there as opposed to just painted on, which is a nice plus. The jacket looks good. Even the zipper there. Look at that. Looks great. Then, let's see. You got the detail on the pants here. Just lots of nice different textures going on there. On the back, even nice detail just on these buttons. It just looks really great. I'd say for sculpt, this version of Star-Lord gets a full point.
Full point.
Now on to the likeness in the slap. Does it look like Star-Lord? Yes. Does it look like Chris Pratt? I'd say yeah. I think that's
much better than this guy.
Who's that hoser? Do you know who that it does look like, but it doesn't look like Chris Pratt. This one
looks like the next member of One Direction.
Yeah, it could be. So a win there. So for the character and for the actor, we'll give it a full point.
Full point.
For articulation, the head moves around pretty much like the other one does, but not as much up and down. He's not a flying figure, so that's not critical. Well, I guess on the other one with the jetpack or the boots, he's a flying figure. But but for this one, so articulation-wise, not a lot of up and down movement there at all. The arms, he's got the shoulder. Does that turn around too? Yeah, it's pretty tight. Okay, it does though. It goes up, upper bicep, double jointed wrist or elbow rather. The wrist rotates around and goes up and down. Same on both sides. He does have an ab crunch. He can get a little more out of this than the other one because the jacket's not a trench coat, but still not a whole lot there. He's got a twist at the waist. The legs, this is pretty good as far as the split goes. Forward and back, not too bad either. Upper thigh cut, double jointed knee. There's a boot cut on this one too. It doesn't go all the way around, but at least it gives you a little option there. And then that back and forth and let's see. Well, it's really tight. Actually, maybe it just kind of has a swivel there. Maybe it's not. It might just be really tight. I don't want to break it. Yeah, this one too. Okay, yeah, it does go up and down. That other one's just really tight. Okay, so apart from the head not going up and down, articulation, you give you good options for what it is. So we'll give that a full point.
Full point.
Then finally, the paint on this one. I'd say it looks really good. I think the skin tone is nice. The eyes look great. The paint on the beard looks good. The jacket, even the paint on the shirt there. Not a lot of buckles and things like that. I mean, he's got his belt buckle there, so not a lot on the pants. But even the shoes are a different shade. They're not. This is kind of a dark brown, whereas they've kind of got a dark gray going on there. So overall, I'd say the paint looks really good for this, for Marvel Legends. So we'll give, and on the gun there as well, the nice touches there. So yeah, we'll give that a full point.
Full point.
So this version of Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 gets a 4 out of 4 on the slap scale. Okay, so as far as the slap scale goes, this guy gets a 3.5, this one gets a 4. So if the sculpt, likeness, articulation, and paint matter by a half point to you, then I would go with the Volume 2 version of Star-Lord. However, if you like accessories, which this first version comes with a lot more, including the Walkman, the orb, this other blaster, which you'd have to get with Rocket Raccoon, so that may or may not count unless you get that one too. Then you may want to go with this guy. So it's really up to you, but we just wanted to provide, kind of show you the choices there, and you can decide for yourself. Or you can just be like us and get both of them. Thanks so much for watching. Next time, our review of the Groot Build-A-Figure as well as the Groot Evolutions Toys R Us exclusive.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If so, be sure to slap that thumbs up and share it with your friends. Click our circular logo in the top left to subscribe to our channel. It's absolutely free. And there's a link to another video you might like in the bottom left. If you want to reach out to us, comment, or check out our info in the description below. And above all, remember, God loves you. It's the truth. And Jesus is the proof.
The Unbox Boys.